Alright, seems we are live, and I gotta clean up all this mess, which I should have done beforehand. Don't need that. Put it away. Get this down there. Stuff this in the hole. This can go over here where it belongs, in that hole. This can sit right there, which no one will see. That I'm gonna need. Push the keyboard out of the way because I really don't need it. Let's see now. Done. What I hate about Idea Maker, all these frickin' pop-up windows. It's kind of like a bad pop-up window. Don't need this anymore, just for specs. This came off the, it's too big. I made it way too tall. I don't know what I was thinking about. This came off the Frown King. Taserface the Frown King. And it is ridiculously awesome considering I did nothing for a profile or anything. I just took Idea Maker and slapped some specs on it and temp and speeds and went to town. That's what I got. So I'm thinking it's pretty close to tuned in. It works very well with that MKS, but that's too big. So it goes into the scrap pile, which didn't make it. So we are here because I'm going to finally string the Flappy Bird, and I think I got a couple, three of them in here. Yeah, the old blue one, that's all screwed up. And some parts, and some more parts, and some more parts, and that's it. Actually, I can take this one out of here. As you can see, there's been many failures. And me and string don't get along. I'm just not a string person. My fingers are too. If I think of that, I really need these here things so I can see what the hell I'm doing. So here is the Flappy Bird. Yeah, that's the old one. This is the new one. The Front King is printing very well. Need some minor adjustments to get rid of the little nubbies. I can't quite get the threads to line up, which I don't know why, because I've never had that problem before. But anyway, let's put it together again for like the 100th time. If you haven't seen how this is done, you just take a piece of filament. You have to glue this together. I usually test fit everything and assemble the wings before I glue it together. You put a piece of PTFE tube in there. That's cut just a hair, like a hair short of this. I'm actually thinking I should make it just a hair long, so these are less likely to rub, but you know how that goes. Live and learn. And you just stick the piece of filament in there. And you make sure it goes all the way through, but doesn't come all the way to the front. And the Flappy Bird flaps. Do the other side. Of course, the wings pitch forward because it's a hawk, not a dove, or whatever. You want this as flat and straight as possible. Standard. Not that you can see it because it's so bright. I'm not closing the windows because that bright sunshine is awesome. What's up, guys? What's up, Head Fog? What's up, John? And then you put the other Flappy Bird wing on there. Except for I'm discombobulated and uncoordinated today. Come on. I know you go in there. I've done it 1,000 times. All right, what's the issue? Actually, I want that edge in there. That way it'll walk right in there. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Oh, maybe not. Okay, what's the issue? I said I've done this 1,000 freaking times, and all of a sudden today, while I'm filming, it's going to become an issue. This is why it's actually easier to do it before you build, because then you don't have the other wing in your way fighting you. But there we go. That in there? Yep, there we go. And the Flappy Bird flaps. Flap, flap, flap. Flappy, flappy. What's up, Matty Jake? One of these days I might actually finish this thing and release the files. And the tail just sticks on there. It's a friction fit. You really don't want to glue it on, because if the hinge ever needs to be rebuilt, which I'm having an idea it probably will on occasion, you can't get to it with the tail on. So the tail just kind of snaps on. And there's the Flappy Hawk, Flappy Bird. He flaps. Flap, flap, flap. You will need the hanger, and you will need, most likely, depending on the weight and how you're printing it, you're going to need 2 of these, if not 3 or 1, depending on how heavy duty you print it. And then you will need some string. Now, I've actually gone to string. I was using monofilament before, but it's so hard to work with the monofilament. It keeps curling up on itself. And first thing, it doesn't really matter. I've been going a couple of feet. So you have about a foot. And I know you can't see because it's so bright, but once you fold it over, you have a foot or a little more. And again, that's something people are going to have to experiment with and choose for themselves. A little longer should, I don't know, I can't remember now. It should actually allow you more movement by making it longer, I think. I can't remember. I had this all figured out, and I've just forgotten most of it. You'll need 2 pieces of the same length. And this is where I have a hard part, because I am an absolutely horrendous knot tire. And you stick it through the hole in the wing. If you can get it through the hole in the wing. For some reason I'm not able to do it this again. What's up, Wiley? Were you going to stream this morning, or are you streaming this morning? What's up, Robert? I didn't see anybody stream. It's the only reason I did this. And of course I need a chunk. Yeah. This is where I get miscombobulated, because my fingers are too fat for working with string. Really need someone else to do this for me. You're going to have to tie it up a bunch of times. Gotta be an easier way. I don't think there's enough knot there. Nope, it pulls right through. Were you streaming this morning, Mike? Come on. This is where this is why I've been avoiding stringing it, because me and strings and my fingers don't work. They've been broken too many times. Oh, well. Has there been enough knot? That's what I thought. Nope, one more, because it's catching, but it will pull through. So you have to put a bunch of knots in it. And I'm thinking there's a better way. I just haven't thought it up yet. So if anyone's got a better way, please, please. Please, because this is just freaking obnoxious to me. Me and string don't get along. I'm already frustrated, and I got to do this 3 more times. At least 3 more times. And my fingers it's just too small for me. That's why I don't like wiring, because my fingers just are too screwed up. And that'll work. And then you put it through the other side. Thinking if I put it through, and if I design the hole for the filament, the hole to be the size of the filament, I could just jam a piece of filament in there with the string and it would hold. Because this is getting obnoxious. Because it just doesn't want to go in there. And there's plenty of hole. The hole's too freaking big, if anything. I'm just a klutz when it comes to small things. Why aren't you going through? I mean, come on, that was right in the hole. Something I can poke through there. I have a feeling there's a string of filament in my way. And the printing, a wisp, a hair. Yep, that was it. And then tie another knot. This is just too. I think what I need to do is make it way too long, tie the knot, and cut it down. For me, because I'm just a klutz when it comes to this small stuff like this. Or find a way to make some kind of hooky thing. Or print a hooky thing. That's what I should do, is make it so you print a hooky thing that you tie on. I just have no patience for this. Just fights my fat, frickin' beat up fingers. And I have no feeling in my fingertips anymore because they've been hacked up so much. But wham! Come on now. Enough? I think that's enough. Looks like enough. All right, there's one. Halfway there. Now the hard part, getting the two of them the same. Oh, crap. Well, I got the hooks. This is why. Nah. I was supposed to string it through the frickin' thing. Dumbass. You just can't win with this thing. I've been working on this thing since like Thanksgiving, I think. And I pretty much have it. I mean, this thing's ready to go, I think. This is the last one I should have to string. Okay, yes, the string has to go through the little hook. And then into the wing. And then tie your knot. And the hard part now is going to be getting the other one to match in length. That will definitely be the hard part. Which I think I'm going to try a trick. Once I get this one done to make a match. Actually, I should just do it now. That might almost be easier than tying this stupid knot. And I'll tell you what, the string is still easier than a monofilament. Monofilament was just curling back on itself and you can't see it because it's so clear and thin, and I'm old and blind. And I think that's enough. I gotta pull through. Nope. So there's that. And of course I did it on the wrong one. You gotta be kidding me. I'm just not winning with this thing. Oh, crap. All right. You know what? One more time. This is just getting to be too funny. All right. Let's do this again. All right. You have to lay the birdie down and then make sure it goes through the correct side of the stupid little thing, which is why I built the hooks. I have these hooks that you can snap on. And you know what? I'm going to use them. Go away. And that way I don't have that problem. You feed it through the little hook, and you don't have to worry about which side it goes on. I am now going to try something completely different. Which I don't think it'll work now that I'm looking at it. Ooh, it might. I think it will. And here was my other thought, was that you could feed the string through. Come on. I was pretty sure I sized it correctly. Or you could just take this and jam it in there with it. And it would hold. And it sort of does. I can feel if I really yank on it, it'll pop. But if I wind it around a few times and then whack it with a drop of glue, it should hold. And the whole point of that would be that then you can adjust the lengths to some extent. And this will just clip on here. And the bird will flap, 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 flap. Have I scared you all away yet? Garbage. Crapolas. Well, new tab. I didn't leave my own little window up like a dummy. Like a dummy. Let's see. What am I doing? Just having one of those days. I've been up since like 5 o'clock this morning doing laundry and running around and I'm over it. Let's see. Okay, turn my own voice off because I don't need that. And make this window really small because all I want. Oops, that's too small. Okay, why isn't it giving me the amount of people? There we go. There's a whole 4 people watching? Holy crap. So, with the string and it is sized right. I thought I sized it right for that. We can put a piece of filament through there. And since this is the first one, I can glue it up now. And get my keyboard the hell away from the glue. Because I've already gooped. Goop. I've already gooped my keyboard once. One thing I've learned is I hate that brush that comes with gloop. If you're listening, I hate that brush. Hate it, hate it, hate it. It just makes a mess. It's too big. Just way too big. Most of the time, all you need is, this is just a zip tie. And I scrape up a little. And then I put some gloop on here, and it ain't enough. You just put a couple of drops around it. And that's still not enough. Here we go. You let that sit for a minute. And the one thing about this gloop, you have to be super duper careful with the seal that's in this cover too. Which I hate that whole brush thing. I wish they'd get rid of it and just make it a real screw top. You have to keep that seal really, really tight, because if it kicks sideways, which I have a feeling what happened to mine, they actually sent me a new bottle because mine dried up. It was only, what, 3 months old, and it was all dried up. And I used it, but I barely used it. What's up, Michael Fox? Why isn't there? Oh, because I'm using Chrome. I don't normally use Chrome. Timestamp. The goop. If that seal gets cockeyed in the head at all, or in the cap at all, it will bleed air, and it doesn't take much, and the goop will turn into thick jelly and then eventually harden right up, just sitting there in the jar. So is that gooped? Pretty close. So carefully snip off the thing without snipping off the string. Oh, shot that right up to the ceiling. It's still soft, but it should hold. That'll work. I don't know if you can see that. But it's just sticking a piece of filament through the hole. I like that better than tying knots. A lot better. So I will be doing more of that. Whatever I do with that filament. Here it is. Come here. I'm just having a hard day today. Just nothing wants to cooperate with me. And I am over it. Keep plugging forward. Make sure the filament will fit through the hole, which it really doesn't. So somewhere around here, I got a little pokey thing. Actually, this should work. Because all I think it is printer strings. Yeah, that's not a printer string. I don't even know if I can get this in there. Sure I can. There we go. And there the filament goes through. Almost too easy now. So let's stick this one through. Take a chunk of filament, stick it through with it. That's like perfect. And I think I can pull back so I don't have to cut the bottom. And then take my goop again. We like the goop. Goop is good. Just don't like this stupid brush. Just obnoxious. Sorry, goop. Don't like the brush. And a couple drops on there, making sure it catches the string too. And not on your fingers like I just did. Of course, I grabbed it and got it right on my thumb. And here's the hard part, getting it the same length, which I'm hoping this whole filament concept of mine will make it easier to do. And I have to put it through the hook, and why can't I find the other hook? There goes my string. And I lost the other hook. One hook, one pull. Down here in this crap. Nope. Can you tell I'm ultimately prepared for all this? There will be some editing to this video. Actually, I'll probably remake a video for building it. Okay, I need another hook. These are my blue hooks. Oh, here it is. Didn't take it out of the box. The other copper hook. Feed it through, maybe. Who doesn't Walter normally stream? I know is just thought of that. His wife or whatever is having issues, or daughter or someone. I just briefly saw the post on Twit that he was at the hospital or something last night, which sucks. But oh, come on. There's something there. I can see it. I am just not the guy for doing this part of it. And there's that. Designing this thing all day long. Stringing it, not my thing. But now, I believe I can set this up so I can match the lengths. Which, yeah, that's too long. But I should be able to just yank on this string, which is working perfectly. I need someone with much more coordination for this kind of thing than me to do this. So I can have a proper video for it. I am not the guy. A little more. Which now you know why. I've been putting this part off for so long. That looks about right. I need to take a little bit more, I think. That wing's lower than that one, and that's what you want. Oops. That's what you want to do is get them the same height. See how this one's higher? So now, if I keep pulling on this, I can level those off. And it should even the tension. There we go. Kind of close. And this one's still a little too long. But red light. I'm going to pull just a hair more. Just a hair more. And that looks about right. That's pretty much it. You add the handles on here, which we'll do in a second. I made it through all the nightmares and fighting. So glue these strings up. And glue all over. I do not like this brush glue. Do not like the brush at all. And you could probably just use regular CA glue just as easily, but I just happen to have this out. Right here. That I just got it. This is the first time I've actually used it since I got it. See, that seal is already screwing up. Need a better seal, glue. Great product. Need a better container. Okay then. So that part's pretty much done. we will cut them off after I know the gloop is all dry. Then we need one more piece of string for the pull tab. And again, I'm doing like a foot, but I actually think I'm going to go a little bit shorter this time because it seems to wobble around too much. But actually, I think I'm going to go a little long and double it because this is kind of thin string. And you loop it through the loop on the bottom. And that's a terrible cut. These are really sharp for cheapos. And you feed it through. Can you see what I'm doing here? Probably not. I haven't really been paying attention to what you guys can see, like a dummy. And get that about, whatever, about a foot long. And people are going to have to experiment with the lengths. I highly suggest people experiment with lengths. Is that clear? Probably not. Nope. I'm going to need another piece of filament. Revealed. Of course, I snipped it and just let it free fall. And now it's going to be all knotted up. Like a dummy. Will this fit through there? Yep. You notice everything that I planned on this was all to just use filament for like everything. String, filament, and 2 small pieces of PTFE tubing. Oh baby, it's through. I think I'm going to use that filament trick again. The hole's kind of too big for that. But I can just wrap it around it. That ain't working. So it's not time. Actually, you know what? I bet if I hit that with some glue, it'll just stick to the thread. I think I want it about that long. So let's try it. Because this is all experimentation. This one I care less about. Fingers just not working. Come on. My fingers are just not working this morning. Big old glob of gloop. And too much gloop because now it's dripping off. And of course, I don't have the paper towel under there to catch it. And the other thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but gloop actually comes like a little working pad, and I should have been using it. Even like this piece of cloth to like put down, which I never use. I just use paper towel. That way I can throw it out when I'm done. But there is that. I believe that should work just fine once it dries. Then, what I just do with my dikes? I just had them out. Did I put them away? Put them away? Nope. I was using them on that. And I can just snip this top off as long as I don't catch the string. Snip this bottom off, and I don't care if I catch the string. Make sure it's holding. And that should be it. And Flappy Bird. And something's twisted. So let's untwist it. And I'm twisting, not untwisting. And you guys can't see a thing because it's too tall. Which way am I going? And that's too much weight. Still sort of works. Not that you can see it, but I got too much weight on there, on the bottom. which is odd. So that's why I have these in 2s and 3s. Can I pull that out? Yep. Let's go down to 1. We'll try that. Put a drop of goopy on it. Just like this brush glue. I think I've said that a dozen times. It just makes a mess. It's not a good thing. The brush is obnoxious, to say the least. How many of you guys have glue? Have you used glue? Do you find the brush as obnoxious as I do? I find that brush very obnoxious. Let's try that. Hey, let go of the... I glued it to the... Yeah, it's pretty close. Might be still a little too heavy. But it's a Flappy Bird. And it does flap. I think this string's a little too short. Oh, it is because it's not hooked right. There's the Flappy Bird. Flapping. That Flappy Bird. It does flap. And there you go. One Flappy Bird. It's gonna work better when I cut these here thingies off. Shooting up to the sky. It's the Flappy Bird. He flaps. That's working pretty well, actually. Yeah, I almost wish you didn't have a brush, to be honest with you. That might even be still too much weight. But there's the basic concept. And the thing about it is everyone's going to have to print it. And because of the material you use, whether you use a heavier grade plastic or anything, the weight is very, very, very influential on it. String out of the way so I can snip that without cutting the string. Time is it? 10:30. But it definitely flaps. It moves pretty smoothly. Now, something's still catching somewhere. It should sit just slightly high like that at default setting. Oh, I wouldn't when you pull down, it tries to spring back up. But it's working. Why is it? I wish you can see that. Why would it block Flappy? Fappy. You forgot the L part. Not that I complain about spelling, because I am the worst. I don't know how many of you guys saw my Twitter yesterday when my electrical blew up and I was typing on my. Went back and read some of it this morning or yesterday. Yeah, this morning, this afternoon, whatever. And my spelling was horrendously worse than even for me because I was trying to type on my little. Because I had no power. I was laughing, taking pictures of it with my phone. So I'm trying to type on my little itty bitty phone screen with my big ass fingers. It just didn't work. So there you have it. One Flappy Bird that keeps falling apart. One Flappy Bird. I'm sure people with a little more patience would probably set the strings up better. I'm not sure if making them longer will make it better or making them shorter would make them better. I'm almost thinking about taking this, making it really short, because this whole bobbling around thing, I don't think is helping. I thought it would, but I would think the motion of that would make it flap more, but it doesn't. But it is pretty cool. Happy Bird. And he does flap. And my other thought would be to take this and put some kind of wind catching handle on it instead of just the knob. So if the wind blows, he flaps. And again, I don't know if making the strings shorter would make them flap more. Or less, or making them longer. I don't know. I'm more into the actual mechanics of the hinge. But there you go, one Flappy Bird. And he does flap. He flaps pretty well, actually. Should go up and down more, but it's working all right. I think if I lowered the weight here, because he's actually sitting a little low, and that flat property should sit right there. So I need to print one of these with less infill, so the weight's more even. But there you go, one Flappy Bird. When he flies, he's flying through the air. He's flying at you. Oh no! Attack of the Flappy Bird. Now I need a hook or something to hang him from the ceiling. Flappy Bird. Just have my door closed. Oh yeah, I'll take some of this one.
Oh, well, I got a little one of them, but it's not plastic.
Yeah, I know. Oh crap! Thank you.
Welcome. I'll be back.
I got breakfast. It's live. There's people. This is my father. They can't see your head. All they can see is your belt.
Well, I can't see the head either.
You can't see any of them. They're all over here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Have fun.
Yeah. Breakfast. So what are you guys up to? Anyone want to jump in here? Now that I'm done playing with the Flappy Bird. I am most certainly done playing with the Flappy Bird. Now you're hungry? English muffins. Broiled English muffins. There's the trick. You have to broil them. And yes, I'm going to eat on a live stream because I'm hungry. You're rebuilding your ANET A8? There's an ANET for you. Talk about rebuilding. There's not much left on that thing that's original. We've got the last of its rebuilding. Oh, the ball head's getting loose. Yeah, yesterday they got a whole bunch of the end stops are now all adjustable. And I would take an ANET A8 and put aluminum frame on it. Basically, keep the motors, keep the end stop switches, some of the wiring. And that's about it. That's got a new board on it. All the mechanics, the end stop switches have been replaced and done. So now they're all adjustable. I think I posted a picture on Twitter of all the modifications I've done. But it's actually printing very well now. This is one of the screw ups that might screw up mechanically, but that came off of it last night. And that is pretty darn clean. But that's because the original ANET board is no longer in there. It now has an MKS Gen L with TMC 2208s. I'm trying to block my bed. Laundry day. My bed has no sheets on it. It's naked. It's a naked bed. Nobody wants to see a naked bed. So anyways, well, that was fun. Not. Anybody want to jump in here? Invite people. Copy. Anybody that wants to jump in, come right on in. Should probably turn my mic off. Oh boy. So anyway, the Flappy Bird works. I need to do. It's kind of weird because when I set that up on the other one, again, it is a different material, so it changes all the weights and balances and everything. That's the hard part of that thing. Because the blue one, I needed more than two of these. With that one, I even need less than one. So what I think I'm going to do is just print and design. Well, I'll do it right now. Let's do that right now. Share screen. This thing's all loaded and ready. Might as well fire it up. And we will print. I got to get a new screen already. That screen's bad. It's got a blue line in it. Flappy Bird. Where's my Flappy Bird? There's the pole. let's just design a whole new pole. And why does the grid not come up like it's supposed to in the beginning? So let's go and just do nothing that large. Let's see, I only want to do like, how big do I want to make it? Let me think about this for a second. I'll measure this thing that you can't see. Like 20, 15. So let's make it 25. I say 15. Or yeah, 15. Yeah, that looks good. And then let's put a little hook here. Let's go to 10. Turn. I'm going to put another one inside. We'll make it like 4. And get the string through it easy. And then trim all this crap off. And then I should be able to just grab this and extrude it for, let's say, 3. And we have a little pull tab. But you know what? I want to go back. Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. I want to leave that one. I want to leave that hole. But I don't want that one. So I want to trim this and trim this. Escape. And take that and then extrude it 3. And then I have the round hole and it looks like a little tag. And that's my little pull tag. Pretty cool, huh? Farm work. Farmer Fox. Yeah, I've done most of my stuff already. It's only, what, 10 o'clock here. Ooh, what did I just do? It's not what I want. There we go. So let's take this and export it. Save as STL. Okay. And we will call it tag. Tag sounds good because it kind of looks like a tag. And save tag. Enough. Window go away. Bring idea maker up. Edit. Tag. Start. Edit. I want about 20. If that. Advanced. Let's see. I'm going at 1.4, which is just do it at 2, so it's fast. Which means I need to change this to just like 2 on the bottom and let's go with 3 on the top. I'll still probably have pillowing, but I don't care. Save, save, slice. It'll take a whole 9 minutes to print. Tag, done. This is the only part of Idea Maker. All these stupid windows, you gotta keep going. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Octoprint. Log in. Thank you. Upload. Tag. Heat up the bed. Let's heat up the hot end. Let's load the tag. I just put polar tag. Let's make sure I see everything that I want to see. Looks good. It'll take a while to heat up. That's the one thing about this. Not the one thing. One of the many things about this A-net is the bed takes forever to heat up. This is setting off center. What do I have? I'm not going to worry about it. Must have Idea Maker not set for the full size of this printer. Why is it doing that? There we go. I don't know why it was doing that, but sure. I wish we could have a temperature readout right here. Instead, I have to go back to here. All I want is this right here. Up, down, this control. None of this offsetty stuff. Don't care about it. But I want it in this window right here. You could even make this smaller. The other thing is I want this up here. These should be on top. This should say connection. Then have the print pause cancel up above the state. Then the upload up above all of these lists. Somebody know how to recode this? That's just an interface thing. Somebody needs to code the plugin. What am I doing? There's bright sunshine coming through the window, shining on the ANET A12. Taser face the Frown King. Taser face the Frown King. Nobody wants to jump in here, huh? Somebody, please, because I'm getting bored of myself already. I'm going to cut it short. Someone else wants to get in. Really, all I want to do is a video for the Flappy Bird anyways. I'm still not 100% happy with. For some reason, I remember those things flapping longer. I think if I make it bigger, but I was trying to keep it the size where anybody could print it. I believe that wing will even fit on like the monoprice mini at an angle. And you can't scale it. Well, I wonder if I can scale it. Might have to do that later. Scale it up. The only thing you'd have to do is reset the holes for the hinge. Those have to stay at the 4 millimeters for the PTFE tube and 1.75, which is 2 actually for the wing, for the filaments. Are we warm yet? We are. And let's hit print. Oh crap. I only have a piece of film in there. Guess I cut it off like a dummy. And now I'm not going to find it in time, am I? Where's my end? Oh, come on, metal. Where the hell's the end? There it is. It's already trying to print. Means I'm going to have to cancel it now. Look. Pops is smoking the house out. Push the button in that thing, please. It's on top of the refrigerator. Time to clean the oven. That hurt my ears. Okay, let's finish loading filament. I cut it off when I put those things, and then hit print again. Of course, everything cooled off. And I have the temperature too high. That's all right. I'll just kick it down when it starts. You know what? I will block some of this light right here. I think I'll get it all, but I can get some of it. It's not quite so bright. Of course, the one spot left is still shining on the printer. More? Sure.
Well, it takes a bunch.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. You ain't got no bed or nothing no more.
Let's do laundry.
Gee.
It's laundry day.
Yeah, look it was.
What am I doing? Back to Octoprint. Bright sunshine. Right, I'm gonna kill the mic so you don't have to hear me chopping. Actually, I'm just gonna kill the stream. Well, I really want to do with the Flappy Bird anyways. So you saw me screw up bits, cry, whine about the Flappy Bird as I was stringing it because I have fat, nasty, useful fingers. But there you go. Glad you guys stopped by. Have a good day.